We are following breaking news. Police are in pursuit of a suspect. Desmond Shaw live at Sky Cal with more for us. Des.
Amy, here we go as we enter Friday rush hour on the westbound 60, coming through the San Gabriel Valley into the city of Industry here, actually leaving Hacienda Heights. You see this vehicle still trying to catch up with it here. This came out of Ontario. This is a late model Toyota Tacoma here as we double in. Really a late model here with something in the back. We heard the helicopters overhead describe it as a chairlift. So some pretty high speeds here, about 85 miles an hour. Again, with Ontario PD still trying to figure out what started all of this in the city of Ontario, but already covered some ground. They were in Diamond Bar for a little bit off the 60 and Brea Canyon, then back on the freeway here. So we're coming up on the 605. Ontario PD on the ground and in the air. They also have LA County Sheriff's Deputies helicopter overhead this one, as well as we barrel westbound along the 60 towards the 605, Amy.
And Desmond, it's surprising that there isn't more traffic out there at 4:39 on a Friday afternoon. Mike Rogers also at the assignment desk, keeping a close eye on this situation. You've been trying to figure out why they're after this driver.
Right, Amy. I just talked to the California Highway Patrol. First of all, the thing in the back truck is a piece of gym equipment. And it's, you know, that chairlift that Des was talking about. It looks like a piece of gym equipment. That's according to the CHP, who also tells me this car is wanted for something, but even they are still trying to figure it out. So apparently a license plate reader or some similar type of technology got a hit on this truck in the city of Ontario. We've been talking about automatic license plate readers a lot lately. They're affixed to traffic lights, different things like that. When a car crosses their path, it takes a picture of the license plate, runs it through a database. That seems to be what happened here, and they got a hit on the car. But again, they're still trying to figure out the exact want on it, but they do know that it is a wanted vehicle, and you can tell by the way this person is driving that clearly they're wanted for something. But again, yeah, really high speeds here on the freeway, that older truck with gym equipment in the back, caught by some sort of automatic plate reader or automatic technology that alerted officers that it was in their city. Ontario got behind it, and the chase was on.
Yes, and going pretty fast here on the 60, which, of course, we know officers prefer the pursuit on a highway or freeway because you don't have the chance of pedestrians crossing those stop signs, stop lights. But this truck, as Desmond was talking, it is certainly an older model, and you have to imagine probably not getting the best gas mileage. So we're hoping perhaps that this person will give up at least when they run out of gas, but impossible to say how much gas was in this truck right now. Getting off the freeway right now, right? Des, where are they getting off at? Does it appear?
Sound wall. Yeah, just cut all the way over to the right here as the suspect begins to hit some traffic here approaching the 605 freeway. This is really one of the only places you're going to find traffic this time of the afternoon on the westbound 60. It's the eastbound side. It is the volume side. So let's see how the suspect handles it as they're driving on the right-hand shoulder with this older truck, which, by the way, notice does have some damage from, looks like from a crash. Looks like maybe almost like the vehicle got T-boned at some point. Unclear if that was from this pursuit or if that was from earlier or what here as they get ready. Looks like they're going to be making the transition to the 605 freeway. We'll see which way they go. I think this is going to take us to the southbound 605. So cutting over onto the right-hand shoulder here. Yeah, we're going to be transitioning southbound 605 now towards the Whittier area. So we're getting the best look at this truck that we've had so far. Really, really close to that vehicle there. Got to be awfully stressful for that innocent person. Here you can see the driver as we cut through the trees here. So probably going to start to hit some more traffic here if they keep on this southbound 605. This can be a pretty rough ride on and off, already hitting it all the way down towards the 5 freeway. So we're making our way now towards Whittier. So we've gone from Ontario to Diamond Bar, Industry, and now making it towards Whittier, trying to squeeze along wherever they can to avoid traffic and evade the police.
Yeah, and certainly a lot of traffic in this area, you know, which doesn't surprise most of us that live in the LA area because, you know, Friday afternoon, 4:42, you're going to expect plenty of traffic. Now, Desmond, we're seeing a little bit better inside that truck. It appears that there was just one person in the truck at this point. Are you seeing that as well?
I believe so. We haven't been able to get a look in the passenger seat yet at this point. We'll see if we get the, oh boy, what just happened there? I think yeah, I think he just ran out of room and hit the right shoulder construction wall. You can see there's construction going on. This section really desperate here to try to get away. As I double in, I think we've just got the one person in the car, it looks like, from this point. But look at this, on and off the brakes, slamming, trying to get through any gap that they can to get around the police.
Ooh.
And now here comes Ontario. They are right there.
Right
wow, it almost kind of looked like they wanted to try a pit maneuver or something like that. Probably would not do that at this point, but boy, it kind of looked like it there for a minute. So the desperation really setting in now with this suspect.
Yes, and certainly this truck seems like it might have had a little bit more damage done when it hit that barrier there. And Mike, you know, this guy just refusing to stop.
Right, and Amy, we're getting some new information. My colleagues at the desk just talked to CHP. Possible stolen is the want on this. And we also know, and you just saw Ontario PD in that shot, Ontario PD has not asked CHP to get involved. Ontario PD wants to keep this for themselves. They have not asked the California Highway Patrol to take over here. They are continuously broadcasting it to CHP since we're on the freeways, but Ontario PD is asking to remain the lead in this and continue to chase this stolen truck who is just driving so erratically. You know, it was almost better when he was on the westbound side of the 60. There was far less traffic. But as soon as we got southbound on the 605, you know, sometimes that traffic slows him down. And in this case, it seems like it's doing just the opposite. He's getting more and more desperate to try to get around and get away from that traffic.
Absolutely. And it does seem like the truck might have gotten some damage done to it in the back. It didn't seem to be moving quite the same after it appeared to have hit that barrier there. But certainly picking up the speed here, able to continue high speeds on the shoulder and just going around all of these cars. And we've seen those cruisers close behind, but, you know, this is really a tough situation. Although we have all seen them do pit maneuvers on highways, it is not something that happens often. And they also, you know, can't put those spike strips out. But we are watching as this truck is now exiting the highway there. And Desmond, I'm trying to make out, running the stop there. And where exactly is he going now, Des?
Well, we're on a little side road here that parallels the San Gabriel River off of the Rose Hills exit here. And look at these speeds, up to 70 miles an hour now on the street. Really, really insane driving now at this point. The other thing is, you know, in the back, we not only have what was being described as some gym equipment, but looks like we have a load of lumber as well. And I was actually surprised that none of that fell onto the roadway at this point. But if one of those things becomes dislodged and falls down, wow, just spinning all over the place. This is not a very maneuverable vehicle. You could very easily lose control. But look at Ontario PD, that, as Mike said, boy, they are really being aggressive in this one. They are right behind the vehicle despite the speeds. They really want to bring this person to justice.
Wrong
but on the wrong
side
of the road now,
Oh.
that might force them to back off a little bit here. Really, really a dangerous maneuver. The most dangerous thing we've seen. And you know, this is an old vehicle right here that does not have the kind of safety equipment that newer vehicles have. If this driver goes head on with another vehicle, this is going to end very, very badly for him.
Yes, we just have to hope that he gets on the right side of the roadway. This is just, you know, people are out and about starting their weekend unaware that somebody's going to come barreling down the road the wrong way, and such a large, a really sturdy truck there, and making a very aggressive turn here. We're watching there. So many people just unaware of that.
Ontario is aggressive in this. You know, as Des mentioned, I thought that they would back off when he went wrong side of the road. And, you know, if this were LAPD or one of the sheriffs, LA County Sheriff, that would almost instantly guarantee the cancellation of this chase. But that's not the case. When we have this inland, even though we're in LA County, we're dealing with an Inland Empire law enforcement agency that is far more aggressive than some of the other ones. And that Ontario PD unit right behind him, even as he's on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, I just hate seeing this because it's just so dangerous. And here's a big truck there going through the intersection again. Oh, going to make that turn though.
I think so.
Yes, and again, this is just a truck that has been reported stolen. Ontario police after this driver, encouraging this person to stop, but certainly not showing any signs that is willing to even slow down at this point, continuously going on the wrong sides of the road. Certainly a very dangerous situation. I'm trying to make out exactly where this is. This is Pioneer Boulevard.
And Rose Hills, right by the cemetery. And, you know, now that Des is on the other side, I was curious how much damage was done when he hit that wall. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like either of the tires were hit. Was there something in the passenger side there, Des?
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Wild turn there. I didn't really see any damage either. It might have just been the tire that made contact with that K-rail that they hit. What they made contact on the southbound 605 earlier, closer to the 60 freeway. But look at this, almost exclusively wrong way driving now.
And for no reason.
Nerve-wracking for all. no reason at all. I mean, for all these people that have just gotten off work trying to get home, here comes this maniac barreling towards you now, 50, 60 miles an hour, gunning, right towards the hood of your vehicle. You see Ontario PD here, they are maintaining almost the same speed on the right side of the road, but just incredibly nerve-wracking, insanely risky, really, really rolling the dice here to try to avoid some traffic here on Workman Mill, which is a very busy street. Around a turn now, wow. Around that turn, I mean, there's no way that people could have seen this person coming through the red light now, at least getting back onto the right side of the road, onto Norwalk Boulevard here. So once again, paralleling the 605 freeway. Just an insanely dangerous pursuit so far.
So dangerous. So often those wrong way drivers are on the road at night, so their headlights give you a little, advance notice that they are coming the wrong way. But here, broad daylight, the color of this truck, it is, oh boy, Oof. Very close, very close. Harder to see now because of those trees, Desmond, but this is just really nerve-wracking to see.
And a bicyclist right there.
Oh my gosh. It went right underneath us, so I had to zoom out there for a second to reorient the camera. But as we zoom back in here, I mean, this is just so crazy to see this. And yeah, there was a cyclist down there. If you have someone in the bike lane, I mean, look how fast the opposing traffic is going. If you're adjusting your radio or something like that, and you take your eyes off of the road for 1 second, you could be in a head-on collision with this person if you're on Beverly Boulevard. Very busy street, and it is Friday rush hour now at this point, so we're seeing more and more traffic on these streets as we get into rush hour here. Really, really insane stuff.
Very scary, and this is a big, heavy truck that would be coming right at you. We're watching as he continues to go over the wrong side of the road there. Just so nerve-wracking watching as coming up around some more cars here. And again, wrong side of the road. And I don't know how close those cruisers are behind him, because sometimes just those lights and sirens give other drivers a little bit of a heads up. But, squeezing between those cars, this is just so dangerous.
Well, and that's the problem. When he is going on the wrong side of the road and there is traffic on the correct side of the road, those officers are not going to be able to be as close to him to maybe give those people a warning. And, we talk about prevent it, or, what can bring this to an end. When you have an agency that is not in their city anymore, they can't get other units to get ahead of this, to lay spike strips or do anything like that. Now, it's very possible that they're working with Whittier PD to, try to have them help out with some spikes or something like that. But when you have a agency that is so far away from their city, that getting, some backup from your own officers to try to get ahead of this is really not an option here, unless you've got these outside agencies assisting. You've got, it looks like the Ontario police helicopter is still the one that is with this. So who knows if they're able to talk to Whittier or if Ontario's dispatch is talking to Whittier. But hopefully there is something going on behind the scenes to try to, spike this car and get this to be done.
Absolutely. This is just really a nerve-wracking chase here when you've got this driver just so willingly going over on the wrong side of the road at such a high rate of speed, and people are just unaware that this is coming right at them. So just so dangerous. And Des is giving us a very close look at this truck. We can't quite see how far away.
Oh, there is someone.
There is someone in the passenger seat.
There?
Is that someone?
No.
Just,
I'm
clothing?
sorry. No, never mind. There's something there in it made me. It kind of looked like someone wearing a pink shirt or something there for a second. But no, I think. Yeah, I think it is just the driver now at this point.
It looked like, Des, real quick, when you were doing that, it looked like he was like looking in the back seat or something, or had his body turned around. I don't know if you caught that at all.
No, I didn't. We got kind of under that canopy of trees as the suspect gets ready to go underneath us again. So just got to widen out and readjust the camera. The camera does not like when suspects go underneath SkyCal. So just give us 1 second here as we reacquire this one.
This shot zoomed out, though,
and zagging right. Yeah,
is a good chance to see that those Ontario units have backed off a little bit. They're not nearly as close as they had been. I didn't even see them in his shot. So I wonder if they've gotten a directive to give this guy a lot more space than they have been, or what they've been told. But it didn't look like they were nearly as aggressive as they were before.
Well, they're most likely trying to give him a little more space, hoping that he will slow down. It does seem like these turns are a little wider than they were. It doesn't seem like he has as much control of this truck, but certainly those speeds are not slowing down at all on these small streets, going 70 miles an hour so fast.
Unreal.
This is just so dangerous to watch, seeing what could happen. See how wide those turns are, Des? You
And
see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, this vehicle really can't take it now. These older Tacomas are some of the trustiest, most reliable vehicles on the planet, but this guy's driving it like it's a Porsche, you know, the way trying to take these turns so quickly and with, you know, just trying to take kind of these tight turns with the steering wheel. And he's already come so close to losing control here at a few different junctures. So that's what makes this, you know, that much more dangerous. Could easily spin out and smack into another vehicle or something like that if they're not careful. And back on the wrong side, not just the wrong side, but the farthest lane that he could possibly be there to get around. And, you know, there's barely even any traffic. So, you know, then you get these divided roads like this, and you just imagine what these poor people are thinking as people having to jump out of the way of this maniac here. Wrong way, you know, Whittier Boulevard, Whittier and Washington right here. This is a weird and very busy intersection as it continues to barrel on the wrong side of the road westbound. If this continues, I just don't know how this does not end badly.
It is tough to see because we all know how dangerous this is. It seems like something's dragging behind the truck now, and I don't know what that is, but
I think it's a strap. It looks like that wood was closer together. It was being held, and I think that strap came apart on that wood, and now that's what's hanging, which of course is even more concerning because if that wood is not strapped down securely, I mean, if those things go flying, that's like a missile going through the air.
Exactly, especially at these speeds that are happening. And this driver, you know, so often we see pursuits, they stay in the same area, they start doing circles, but this person has not been going on the same way, so it makes it harder for officers to even try to figure out where to put out a spike strip. And this person just does not appear to be wanting to slow down, stop at all, being so dangerous on the wrong side of the road. And people are just not aware that this person's coming towards them so fast at an intersection now, slowing down just a bit to make this turn. But the good thing is he is on the right side of the road right now, Des.
Yeah, as we make a southbound turn here on Sorensen and again into the center divider, wrong side right between two vehicles. Just really threading the needle right here. My pilot, Mike, doing an excellent job making sure that the suspect doesn't get underneath us again here. But then, you know, and then you get these divided roads where if they wanted to cut over to the right side to avoid a vehicle, he wouldn't even be able to do that. Now making a westbound turn here onto Slauson. So another very busy street, and you know, wonder what is their goal here to try to evade officers. And now you can see Ontario is kind of back underneath as the suspect amazingly is about to go underneath us again here on Slauson.
Here we go.
Mike doing the best that he can. But yeah, here is Ontario PD. They are back in it. Not too far away from the suspect, but every time that they try to get close to the suspect's vehicle, that's when we start to see the super dangerous stuff onto the wrong side of the road to get away. And here again, right there, as Ontario was, you know, not too far away from him, as we make another southbound turn. You see a couple of units there as, once again, spinning the camera around. And so back onto Norwalk Boulevard. So we've kind of been in this area, not really circling so much, but kind of aimless. But we have been in Whittier on a lot of very busy streets here. Wrong way driving again. How this has not already ended in a crash is really miraculous.
It really is. It's just awful to see that he's just showing no regard for anyone else on the road as he flies down the wrong side of the road. And so many people are out ready to start their weekend unaware that this truck, which has no headlights on, is on the wrong side of the road, barreling at them. Mostly in that center area now, but going at such a high rate of speed, 80 miles an hour. Again, this driver wanted, refusing to pull over. This is a stolen truck that was reported. Ontario police have been trying to get this driver to pull over, and was on the 60 for quite some time, has been on surface streets now, oftentimes on the wrong side of the road, has some equipment and wood in the back of that truck, but again, just refusing to stop or slow down, Des.
Yeah, really, and you know this stuff in the bed of the truck is kind of a complicating factor as well, because as we make trying to make another turn, actually just continuing here onto the right side of the road for a second on Norwalk Boulevard. I'm just wondering if that's complicating things for the authorities as well. If they were, you know, thinking about a pit maneuver or something like that, that stuff could go flying, and that could be, you know, an unpredictable factor, because It certainly seems like the way Ontario is behaving as they try to get up pretty close to the vehicle, like if they had an opportunity perhaps to do a pit maneuver. It's not clear if that was their strategy or not, but every time that they try to do that, he just goes immediately onto the wrong side of the road, as there they are again. Then you see actually going on the wrong side
themselves.
themselves.
You know, we are going to, of course, keep
with this suspect
covering this pursuit with Pat Harvey. Mike's still here, keeping a very close eye on what's happening with this stolen truck that is continuing to evade officers.
Yeah, and here we go, Des. You know, Ontario PD right on their tail. They've gone through several jurisdictions, never giving up control of this pursuit. CHP asked them if they wanted to take it over. They said they didn't. Now we're in the city of Whittier, where Whittier PD could get involved, and so far they haven't either. And Ontario, Des, right, but kind of back up on their tail after kind of backing off when he was doing all that wrong side of the road driving.
Yeah, absolutely, right here with them, and not losing the suspect on the ground, where a lot of other agencies might have given this one up already, or at the very least backed off and tried to keep tabs from the air. So they really do seem determined to get the suspect one way or another. But how they're going to do that is anyone's guess. They haven't had an opportunity to pit the suspect here. We've been above 50, 60 miles an hour pretty much at every opportunity. We haven't. It would be very difficult to get any spike strips in place. Back on the wrong side again. This is probably the 12th time that they've had the suspect has done this, and you can see why. To evade some traffic, unfortunately, going to put some distance there. Even if folks get out of the way for Ontario PD, this suspect has had some chances here to put some distance between themselves and the units on the ground. So just barreling along here, southbound Norwalk Boulevard, paralleling the 605.
Yeah, and Des, you made a mention earlier of that stuff in the back and how hard that might be to do a pit. Pickup trucks in general can be a little bit more difficult just because of the weight distribution in them. So I wonder if that's playing a factor. But again, yeah, as you mentioned, we're going so fast, we've never gotten even a chance to do a pit maneuver because of the speeds. Not for, it seems like a lack of trying. Ontario's been real right on his tail the whole time. And the lovely Pat Harvey joining us now.
Mike Rogers and Desmond Shaw, just want to let everyone know that you're watching KCAL News at 5 o'clock. And boy, as you have heard my colleagues talk about this wild pursuit that's happening right now in Downey, Norwalk, a stolen pickup truck going up to 70 miles an hour at sometimes, already hit a median or crashed into a median, driving just so dangerously on the wrong side of the roads at time. We have watched this go, or I've been watching, listening to you guys going from Whittier, well, from Ontario to Whittier, and now in Downey, Norwalk. And Mike, if you can pick up and tell us what exactly is happening. Look at this. It's just every street you turn on. Can I call this person a menace to society right now?
Certainly. I mean, the way he's driving, he's become within inches of bicyclists driving on the wrong side of the road. Just really no care for anybody else that is out there. And, Pat, how we got here is CHP tells me that Ontario PD picked up this car after some sort of automated technology. It's unclear if it was actually an automatic license plate reader. We've been talking about those a lot lately, where a camera reads a license plate and it comes back as a hit to a wanted list. Something of that nature occurred. Ontario police were notified. They got behind it. They got on the 60. They went southbound a little bit on the 57. I'm sorry, on the 605 rather, and then got off when the 605 got really crowded. And I thought it's better to be on the freeway, but even on the freeway, he was driving like a complete maniac, whizzing in and out. Pat, he tried to pass a semi truck at one point and got so close to it that he actually wedged himself into the wall. And even that didn't stop him. He still was able to take off and continue on. We've been seeing just these ridiculous speeds on surface streets, becoming very close to pedestrians, bicyclists, and other cars.
Unbelievable. And Desmond, I heard you saying earlier that they did not ask for the help for CHP when they were on the freeway. Ontario PD, as we understand it, they want to continue with this and not call in Whittier or Downey Norwalk PD to assist. Because if that was the case, I mean, they may be able to help them in terms of where to lay spike strips and that kind of thing. So tell us what could not be happening in terms of other agencies getting involved.
Like Ontario wants this, from end to end, and sometimes we see that. with the suspects, even if it's seemingly more minor crime on kind of the crime scale. Sometimes that just seems to be the case. It seems to be more common with the Inland Empire agencies, who also tend to be on the more aggressive side, as we are again on the wrong side of the road here on Imperial Highway, one of the busiest streets there is right here, getting through Studebaker, another major thoroughfare. There was a pedestrian right there. There's a cyclist getting really close to another cyclist right there. So, I mean, this person, is endangering cyclists, pedestrians, and drivers right now, wherever they go. But yeah, it's not clear exactly why they wanted to keep this for themselves. But
oh, look at this.
And over the center divider here now as well to, and now I think going back wrong way here on Hoxie Avenue.
You know what, guys, Mike, I know you want to say something here. I want to ask you a question too, you or Desmond, just in terms, one moment we saw police, we thought they might try to pit this huge truck. From your vantage point now, Desmond, have they backed off again?
Freeway.
We know we see them going in and out, from time to time, backing off the vehicle.
As we get onto the freeway here, looks like onto the 105 right here at the beginning of the 105. Yeah, they did back off a little bit. We'll keep a wide shot here for a second and see if we can see Ontario PD coming into the show. Whoa, look at this!
In the dirt.
Wow, onto the off-roading now. Off-roading off of the embankment here. Why are they doing this? They're going to puncture their tires or do some serious damage to this vehicle. I don't think this is a 4x4. This car romping into the dirt.
Wow.
He's going to lose control here. Get the vehicle stuck. Not sure what is the strategy here.
And there's
so crazy.
Into the
and
wash.
there's Ontario PD right here at the edge of the I think this is the San Gabriel River that we might be going down. So now we are off of the roadway through a fence. What are they going to do now?
Dear.
I think the vehicle's going to get stuck in the mud, trying to open the door, but the fence giving them trouble.
The suspect
and there they
out.
go, out and underneath the 105 freeway here. Oh boy! So we are underneath in the wash here, just to the west of the 605. Talk about desperation there to get away. You're trying to keep a wide shot. We'll see if they come through the other side here. But, wow, this one just took a very crazy turn.
You know what? Do you see any other law enforcement down there, Desmond? We see that one cruiser pull away that was close by. But do we see any other vehicles in the area?
I don't.
And we haven't seen him come out either.
No, there's at least one, possibly two helicopters. Here as we see a cyclist getting ready to go by in the bicycle lane. Just looking, well, I see a little bit of wrestling in the water there. Maybe they crossed to the other side, but what an interesting way to try to evade capture here. Off-roading off of the westbound 105. Who's this over here?
They don't have a white shirt on. Remember the suspect
that's right.
a white T-shirt.
Yeah.
So,
it's still kind of weird for someone to be walking around there.
Right before this happened, right before he went into there, the sheriff's helicopter got on the radio and let all the Norwalk units know. Yeah, now I'm listening to them. So Sheriff's Department, LA County Sheriff is now trying to get involved to get here and try to help them find this guy. They were already aware that there was a pursuit in their area. You know what, Des? That was the guy. He was carrying a black sweater in his hand when he got out of the truck.
So
and
he
played
put the
video
sweater
back.
on? Oh.
Yeah. I just played the video back, and when he got out, it was those same boots, distinctive boots that he was wearing, and he had a jacket in his hand.
Well, and now, we've got a big homeless encampment here as well. A lot of places for a suspect to hide. Obviously, very difficult for us to try. We're actually kind of backing off a little bit to see if we can see underneath these bridges a little bit better. But
and a logistical
this is a
nightmare
really tough
for
one
law
for
enforcement.
No question.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
to the right of your screen, for our viewers there, that was the suspect getting out of the vehicle wearing a white short-sleeved shirt. And we've since learned from Mike Rogers from the Sheriff's Department that they had a black sweater and they put the sweater on. And we actually saw him walking. And, I thought I saw some movement.
Here we
right
go.
to
Here
the
we
left.
Go.
Is that him?
There we go.
No, that's not him.
I think we got. That's not him.
No, this guy had. Let me double check, but
unless he put on a sweatshirt.
Yeah, but
over the white shirt.
Well, he had black pants. I think, right?
Black pants and brown boots.
Okay. Yeah.
That person looks like he was going to the encampment. to the homeless encampment.
Yeah.
Well, you know, guys,
Yeah,
how do you,
so, I mean, that's
you
just
know,
gonna
you know
complicate
where
things
he
even
is.
more.
I mean, where could he go? You know, he could stay
Well,
underneath the freeway there so we can't see him, right? But at some point, you think he's going to come out
unfortunately, yeah.
on some side.
I think there's just a lot of hiding spaces here.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, they don't have the eyes from the air like this. If there's tunnels they could crawl into, or just continue walking underneath the freeway as far as they can. And if we're all looking under the freeway and they come out over here and then hop over a fence,
There's another homeless encampment
there's
right there.
a lot of tents if they want to come down and make some new friends right here. There's tents there. I mean, we already saw that person come out, and I thought that was the suspect, and that wasn't. So there being a big homeless encampment here is going to really complicate things as well. And here's I widen out. We're just seeing if there's even any law enforcement here. There's really nowhere for them to even park. They would need to. There's not even any shoulders here on this section of the 105. They would need to come down into this neighborhood
Into the wash.
off of Carfax Avenue and Faywood Street to try to even get in a position where they could get out of their vehicles and get on foot to look for the guy.
Well, guys, we have decided, or our management, that now there are a couple of people there.
Well,
one is running. Do we want to stay with this, folks, or not?
yeah.
I think they want us to move on, Desmond and Mike. We're going to go to other news. And Des, while you're there getting more information, we'll come back to this high-speed pursuit that ended up with a suspect going into the wash off the, San Gabriel River there, and ending up on foot.